Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. Definitely. He's a good example. He's in the event that you are a deterrent in anyone's life. You today. Okay. You can't stop my shine. You can't stop my stream. Oh, goodness. It seems to be Guinea's distraught on the grounds that Cassie's significant other is by and by, freely hauling him for being in the storeroom and calling him old and fruity. Presently, this isn't whenever Alex first tossed conceal at Diddy about concealing his sexuality. Furthermore, last year he shared a post observing Pride Month and referred to Diddy's single, Need to Continue On. Alex evidently disagreed with Diddy raising Cassie. Nonetheless, reports arose that Diddy wasn't exactly frantic about Cassie continuing on, yet he was really frightened that Cassie would spill the tea on him. Being on the truth be told, Puma Wright as of late guaranteed that Cassie saw a few wrecked things at Diddy's home, and that is the reason she broke her rewarding sweetheart agreement. Gracious, $250K who turned it down? $250K a month. What is happening in that relationship? The $250K ain't enough since see a few things that ain't worth $250K that have become some dim. Yet, how did Diddy respond this time, which set off Cassie's better half to call him out about being in the storeroom openly? We should separate them. He left this post. He said he was so old and fruity. What's more, in addition to that, he had a rainbow banner and an older man emoticon. So it seems that Cassie's significant other, Alex, actually dislikes Diddy since he's by and by openly hauling him for concealing his sexuality. For those of you who don't have the foggiest idea, Diddy and Cassie dated for a considerable length of time prior to tapping out in 2018. Furthermore, under a year after the fact, Cassie got drawn into fitness coach Alex Fine, who was supposedly recruited by Diddy. Presently, there are a ton of reports from those days that Cassie went behind Diddy's back with Alex. In any case, Diddy wasn't reliable either, and he really conceded that he was a miscreant in the entirety of his past connections. I've never been a decent beau. You understand what I'm talking about? Are you, and that is the reason? No, I'm single, and I'm straightforward at this point. Be that as it may, I would continuously be, lying or seeing it. However, at that point, the web just went so off the deep end, What's more, and I certainly was a miscreant. At any rate, Cassie and Alex got married in September 2019, and they currently have 2 kids together. So Cassie clearly settled on the ideal choice by leaving Diddy. Nonetheless, there's been a great deal of speculation about the explanation Cassie remained with Diddy for such a long time, realizing beyond any doubt that Diddy will in general keep ladies around for quite a long time without responsibility. He did this with his late spouse, Kim Dorman, whom he dated on and off for a considerable length of time and had 3 children with. However, he never asked about getting married. Indeed, as indicated by an extremely famous fan hypothesis, the justification for why Diddy never wed is on the grounds that he's sexually unbiased and likes to keep his choices open. As you likely know, there have been a ton of tales drifting around for quite a while about Diddy tossing all men parties. Furthermore, he's likewise confronted with charges of preparing his young protégés Usher and Justin Bieber. As indicated by different industry insiders, Cassie needed to sign an ironclad NDA, so she wouldn't have the option to discuss all the bizarre stuff she supposedly saw during her relationship with Diddy. Be that as it may, Cassie's significant other, Alex, never marked any NDs, and he's been tossing subconscious shots at Diddy since Diddy and Cassie separated. So one justification for why Alex actually dislikes Diddy could be on the grounds that Diddy is as yet focused on Cassie, and he continues to raise their relationship out in the open. Simply last year, Diddy delivered a tune with Bryson Turner named Got to Continue On, and he straightforwardly conceded that the melody was about his separation from Cassie. As a matter of fact, when Diddy showed up on the Morning Meal Club last October, he said the tune was about him figuring out how to continue on. What's more, he additionally said that he's that insane sweetheart who won't make it simple for you to leave him. And afterward, when Charlemagne checked, Diddy said that sounds extremely harmful, particularly since Cassie is presently hitched and has jokes around with another man. Diddy backtracked, saying that is the explanation he continued on. Yet, even after they wed and got children and all the other things, you worked up a ton of stuff like that, Diddy, assuming that they wed and got kids. No, that is the point at which you have to continue on. That is the main motivation behind why I continued on. Notwithstanding, it doesn't seem like Diddy really continued on the grounds that he additionally gave Cassie a yell-out during his discourse at the 2022 Bet Grant. Additionally, Cassie, thank you for holding me down in obscurity during these times. Many fans thought it was abnormal for Diddy to yell out his ex when his ongoing sweetheart, Young Miami, was sitting in the crowd. Additionally, by this point, Cassie had already completely continued on and had 2 youngsters with Alex. So fans said Diddy was being ill-bred intentionally. While this didn't agree with Alex, he took to Instagram to toss some not-so-inconspicuous shade at Diddy, implying that Diddy's on the DL. Alex shared an Instagram story in celebration of Pride Month and referred to Diddy's melody "Have to Continue On," composing cheerful pride to all my LGBTQ+ companions. Connected is a foundation that helps individuals who are in the storage room and need to continue on alongside different assets. Presently, a few fans disagree with this, saying it's not up to Alex to out Diddy. Nonetheless, others protected him, saying Alex most likely realizes some obscure stuff about Diddy's relationship with Cassie that he can't move past. What's more, as we previously referenced, this obscure stuff could have something to do with Diddy's scandalous gatherings with men and other freaky things that Cassie purportedly saw during her relationship with Diddy. This is the sort of thing that Puma Wright implied in her new meeting, asserting that Cassie probably saw a wreck that made her need to take off from Diddy. As per Puma, Diddy was at first paying Cassie $500,000 per month to play his sweetheart, and afterward he decreased it to $250,000. Nonetheless, as Puma brought up, $250,000 a month is as yet a crazy amount of cash. Furthermore, that can't be the justification for why Cassie ended her sweetheart agreement. Puma said that Cassie most likely saw some dim stuff at Diddy's home that made her want to run and never think back. $250K. Who turned it down? $250K a month. What on earth is happening in that relationship? The $250K ain't enough since. See, a few things that ain't worth $250K that have become some dull. Puma additionally tended to bits of gossip that Diddy was controlling and supposedly made Cassie shave half of her head. As a matter of fact, rapper Young Jock recently guaranteed he saw Diddy advising Cassie to shave her head, and she let him know she needed to follow his orders. I'll be a Cassie chosen by others. My significant other is here. Cassie. Here. The nigga leapt off the bar, came on, and said, "Yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I believe that you should shave the side of your head." Also, I was like, goodness, similar to what? That's what the sort of solicitation is. Like, so when I'm like, what? So when I looked in there, this white lady side of her head was shaved, and it looked great with it. So I was checking Cassie out. I was like, indeed, I was like, you're not going to do that, right? She said. All things considered, I mean, at whatever point scene needs it, I will do it. What's more, as per Puma, Cassie truly had no way out in light of the fact that Diddy had her under reconnaissance 24 north of 7. That is the way he works. He has individuals followed. He has individuals watching. He does a wide range of things. He's a piece of ST. At any rate, there's been a ton of speculation that Alex assisted Cassie with getting away from Diddy since she wasn't exactly permitted to have companions or converse with anybody about her relationship with Diddy. Nonetheless, it appears as though Diddy is as yet hung up on Cassie, and after he, as of late, dropped his new collection, the Affection Collection off the network, fans began estimating that the melody Homecoming was aimed at Cassie. The tune includes the verses "You hung tight for such a long time." On the off chance that he's bad to you, then, at that point, I know a spot you could race to. All things considered, it seems that Alex has additionally seen something he could have done without. Yet again, in light of the fact that only days after Diddy's new collection emerged, Alex chose to get down on Diddy for being on the DL. Alex remarked under an Instagram video posted by Shade Room showing Diddy looking at offering back and distributing privileges to his previous awful kid. Specialists. Furthermore, he composed "He's so old and fruity," close by a rainbow banner and an old man emoticon. So clearly, Alex actually has an issue that remains to be worked out with Diddy. And keeping in mind that a few fans are saying Alex is severe, others are guarding him since Diddy is the person who continues to raise his better half.